Should you buy Fort Sumter, The Secession Crisis by the legendary Mark Herman? Well, I'm going to give you my thoughts both on the game and on the app. Join us now on Legendary Tactics. So Fort Sumter is a game that recreates essentially the start of the Civil War in the United States. And it's an interesting game. And I'm going to just see if I'm just going to switch up to the AI player and just kind of start a game as I share my thoughts. Overall, the gameplay, especially of the app, is quite smooth. There's a lot of historical kind of tidbits and speeches and so forth that they throw in for color. Playdeck's done a really good job on this one. And the game itself, as far as the interface, is very similar. If you've played Twilight Struggle, for example, or any of their other games, it will feel very, very similar in terms of the way you drag and drop the objective, cards into the spot to demonstrate what you want to do. If you're scrolling through your cards, so they give you many different ways to play it. So you can click on the card and then play event or play value, or you can drag it. Just little things like that, they add up to make it a great gaming experience. So in this case, you can see it's, they guide you as far as what you can do. They can't, you're not going to accidentally play the event. The advantage of any digital port is always going to be the rules enforcement, which is always a great tool. So anyway, it looks like we're gonna just play, and I don't know, any card here. I'm gonna go into we need to get into federal arsenals. So yeah, as I said, the app is really smooth. They've added a lot of little bits of color to improve the gameplay. The AI is okay. I played a few times, and I honestly didn't have much trouble with it. To be honest, it was pretty straightforward to beat it. Even after, I think, even my second or third game, I was able to beat it, and I really didn't look back since. But again, my thoughts, and I've expressed this in other videos, my thoughts on these kind of AIs is not necessarily to dominate and destroy you as a player, but also to essentially give you that enough of a challenge that you learn the game and you become competitive. And that's what I think is really important here is just to get your level of play up to the point where you can join in on on a game and with a real player, and you can do decently well. I think that's a very good objective in this case. So the AI is adequate in that sense. I'm going to commit my decision. I just broke through the escalation. You see the flash of there you go. When you break through to the next level on the crisis track, it gives you that. So what do I think of the game itself? I've got kind of mixed thoughts about it. Now, overall, I have to say I like it. It is an interesting game. It is, I think, a good game, especially if you prefer something a little bit on the lighter side. There is a fair amount of decision making and choice. It's definitely not overwhelming. Do I love the game and the gameplay? I don't know about that, but I do like it a lot. And I am glad that I got this game. And I would be absolutely fine with playing it. The nice thing is it only takes a short time to play, really. You play 3 rounds, and then you have your final crisis phase, and so forth. When I first played, I found the rules a little bit strange. It's such an abstract kind of game. But I found it a little bit strange from that perspective. I get to remove up to 3 tokens. Oh, actually, let me just cancel that there. Let me undo that. Sorry. What am I doing? I'm taking away my own units. I'm thinking too much about the review. My thinking on it is that it is a very good game, and I think it's intelligently put together. As far as how it represents history, it probably does a reasonable job. Mark Herman doesn't make many bad games, and this is definitely a good game. It's very thinky, like a lot of Mark Herman's games, in the sense that the strategy it is abstracted, and a lot of the concepts are maybe a little bit vague in terms of, okay, I'm putting these tokens into Texas. Okay, how does that tie into this situation? And really, you have to delve into the history to really understand, and maybe read the designer's notes and see interviews with Mark Herman to really understand what he was going for. Once you do, it kind of gives it some nice flavor. And I think that is that's really nice, that there's a lot of history there, and he can probably justify every design decision that he made and why he did it this way and everything, and that's great. But it is thinky. It is something that I do find with his games, sometimes they feel a little bit analytical, a little bit cold in a sense. They're almost like solving a mathematical equation, maybe, or something along those lines. It's not a game, with chaos, like a cosmic encounter or something like that. It's definitely very orderly, very the lines are drawn very clearly, and the gameplay is drawn very clearly. But as I said, while I don't love the game, as probably mainly for that, it feels like it's a little bit too analytical. It is still a good game, a fun game, and it really is a great introduction. If you do have any friends that are interested in history, who've never gamed before, or played anything quite like this, I think this will prove pretty intriguing, especially if you can find someone that has some knowledge about this particular moment in history. I think it would be very, very interesting for them to play this and kind of, at least interact with history in a way which is challenging and fun and definitely worth the time. So overall, I mean, I don't know what sort of system I should use here in this little 10-minute review, but if I had to, let's say, 4 stars on a 4-star system, I'd say this is a 3. It's worth a look, and if you're looking for that light kind of, war game-ish type thing. It's not really a war game, more of a political game, but it has a bit more of a war game type feel with the way the tokens are placed and the overall flow of the game. But if you're looking for something like this, I think this is definitely worth getting. And as I said, if you can get the app and pick it up on sale or something, you will not regret it. It's given me quite a surprising number of hours of fun. And so I hope this review helped you. If it did, please take a moment to like and subscribe and comment down below if you have any thoughts to share about the game. And we'll look forward to seeing you here next time on Legendary Tactics. Take care.